What is up, everybody? In today's video, I'm using a different camera, so that little buzzing sound that you hear is part of the camera. This wire you see here dangling is charging the camera because it wasn't charged, so it's plugged in. But basically, I'm just going to show you some things. This is going to be a long recording for me, but for you guys, I'm going to spend time to edit this, so it'll be shorter of a video for you guys. But basically what I'm doing is I'm just resorting everything here. You can't see as well yet, but currently I'm just working on this box. So this is, we're just going to get right into it because this is going to be the glands and little screwdrivers, port markers, all that types of stuff. O-rings, all of those are going to be in this box. So that is why I started this angle. I figured this angle would be better for recording an intro. Turns out it wasn't, because I have to end up doing this in order to get my head in the frame. So that's always great. This is the floodlight. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So just resorting all of this, but it's all going to get in this green bin you can sort of see in the corner behind me. And I'm going to try to fit most of the boxes in there and make stuff a little bit more organized. That way I can start doing stuff for next year and not have to worry about having all this out. Also, it just makes my room look cleaner. My parents get mad when my room's a mess, and frankly it makes me a little annoyed too. I'm like, oh, it'll be fine, and I look at it the next day, I'm like, oh, it's messy, and I get back from school. And so I sort of feel like just cleaning it up would just make me feel better in general. Because every now and then I just feel like cleaning, and I also already needed to clean this stuff and resort it, so that's what I'm doing. All of these boxes back here, this one's currently empty. This one has a few more things into it. This is a projector thing my grandma gave me. She's like, well, can you use it with your light show? I'm like, well, maybe. Turns out, well, I don't think I really can, at least not right now, because I don't have a controller that controls the outlets. But it's a holiday projector, so I can probably find a use for it at some point, so that's why I still have it. So currently, what I was working on, like I said, all the little pieces were going in there. I know you can't see my face as well, sorry. And I'll try and move the angles a little more so you guys can see better, but for now, this is the best I really got. For here's all the stakes right here. Those are going to end up, I think, in the bottom, because they're probably the heaviest thing there. They're going to go on the bottom, these boxes are going to go on top, but I have to actually see what else I have. So I have this splitter. It's actually for my dad's light stuff, and I was using it when I first put this outside before he got this one that's currently plugged in. This big corner of the right box that you guys can see, this is the big box we had outside, and we do have the controller in a normal controller looking box. I'll put a picture right here on the screen. We do a picture of that. We do have one of those boxes, but we didn't have all the glands or whatever, and we want to get the FM transmitter plugged into this since this is the one controller we have this year. And so we had to come up with a way to fit the router connected to the Ethernet and have the FM transmitter in one box, so we just did that this year. Eventually, I'm hoping to have a Raspberry Pi and just have the BeagleBone controllers, or controller, depending on if I get into a BeagleBone controller or not. I plan on having it hook up with multi-sync and use Falcon controllers, because frankly, I just think I'd never used one, but I feel as of specs and things that I want that I might use in the future, I feel like they're a really good controller choice. So this is just extra. I have a bin of little cords here, USB stuff that we got when the FM transmitter wasn't working. We got a USB hub with power that goes into it because the USB port wasn't supplying enough power to run the FM transmitter. And so it would go for a second, I'm like, oh, it's working, then it would just stop. And then we realized it wasn't giving it enough power, or there wasn't enough power setting to the BeagleBone in order to make that run. So that's why we have two USB extenders here. You have this old LED strip that doesn't work, so we just have a bunch of random things. I'm just sorting them. Yeah, so this big box I'm going to use for the extension cords in a minute, because what I have originally done here was all of these extension cords and stuff, there's even more somewhere, were all used for, were all Raylu, when in reality we had X-Connect, and I didn't really know what the difference was at the time. Didn't really think to check. So I got Raywu, and we ended up having a bunch of those. I had to order a bunch of new like X-Connect ones. Before, I didn't know there was adapters for those, so before I actually let these go to waste this year, if I need extension cords, and I know I will, I'll probably actually use less extension cords this year for the light show than I was last year, because I'll have more stuff linked on a model, all linked together, so there's less cords to deal with. But I'll get some adapters of Raywu to X-Connect for these, just like I did for the floodlight I have right there, like I said at the beginning. So this is just stuff for that projector. A piece of tubing, I don't really know why that's here. This is actually trash. That was from when we were working on the arches. So we have these two boxes we can use. And then I need to empty out this guy, because this is what all of the stuff is going into. This is currently what I started putting my cash in. I haven't counted it, but I'm like, why don't I just start a little thing, that way if I ever need something, but I don't have money or want to spend money on it, I can just use this. So it's sort of like emergency, but not really emergency type of money. I started that actually like a month ago, and just all the cash I get for like birthday and stuff, I just put into it. So I don't actually know how much is in there. I have a rough estimate, but I'm not exactly sure. In here, here's the rest of the Raywu I was talking about, along with my old pair of headphones. It's tangled around the... I don't know why I still have these. Only one of the ear sides works, and there's old. But here's the rest of the Raywu. These are going to go over here, that way I don't get them mixed up, because that's the last thing I want to do. I spent this year, when I was putting them outside, I took the Raywu ones, thinking they were X-Connect, and I double-checked all of them to look at it and make sure they're X-Connect. But they, I know they're like different, but they're like similar different, if you know what I mean. But I can't think of how to explain it. They look the same, but they're different. And then once you look at it, you can tell the difference. But when I go about doing stuff, I can't tell the difference. So that's why I ended up going back and forth inside for like 5 minutes to find an X-Connect cord when I took out the Raywu ones. So that's what's in there. We have another splitter here. This one I think is waterproof. Yeah, it has a little waterproof seal thing on it. We only have one outlet in our front yard, so if the show gets big enough, it's going to be really hard to run everything off of it. When I do get a Raspberry Pi, it's going to be in the garage with the FM transmitter, and that's going to be like the main show player and what plays the audio. Just because it's easier to have those inside connected to a different outlet. Like in the, not like a completely sealed building, because otherwise it's a garage, but like mostly sealed from weather and stuff. So I guess we'll keep this in here, because my dad still has those Christmas lights, but he said since I'm starting this light show, he's not going to really use them much. Now I could do like get one of those controllers that controls outlets and just hook them up to music as well. But that's for the future. Right now I'm thinking about the stuff that I know how to actually do. So we're going to put these stakes in the bin. I have a bag on the end because there was dirt and I didn't want to get it all over the carpet, but it actually ended up breaking the bag since the edges are sharp. Not sharp, but like they're heavy and obnoxious and annoying. Ooh! Okay, I just realized these can't actually fit inside the bin, so that's fine because they're not necessarily small, but they can fit more places than like wires can. So we're gonna actually end up doing first. We're gonna close this box. We're gonna just move these over. This one's gonna be on the top because it's the one that has all the bland stuff in it, and I'll probably get to the most this year. This one has stuff I probably won't be using really much. Like I have some outlets controlled by remote. But if I do use outlets, I'd rather use smart outlets, so this one's going to go in first. We are going to put all of our X-Connect in here, but I have to refold them. So, if I can do this, I don't know. I'm actually going to probably start using new editing software. Probably when I edit this video, we'll see. Because I use Vegas Pro 20 currently, and I'm probably going to start using DaVinci Resolve. So depending on which software I'm still using, I'll tell you which one it is here when I'm editing this video. See if future me, see if you can edit like a montage, like a fast, what's it called? Time lapse. That's what it is. It took me forever to think of the name. Cue the time lapse. Okay, so this is harder than I thought, especially since it's just such a big string of cable. I'm almost done with it, but I'm gonna actually use these old zip ties and use a bunch of them together just to hold this together. That way it's more neat. I don't have enough to like do all of this neatly, which is a little bit of a bummer, but no, for next year I can buy more, buy like it in a roll, and then I can make however long of these that I want, and I can make them neat, or not as neat as they were when they came, because like obviously this isn't the neatest thing in the world, but at least it's neater than it just being a pile of wires like it is right now. So, alright, you can continue with the montage now, future me. Okay, turns out I'm not actually doing that. That idea sucked. So they're just gonna have to be in here. Not as neat, which is fine. I'm gonna have to get bigger boxes and better solutions in the future, but right now I'm just using the cardboard boxes and using what I got. I'm not gonna fold the rest of these. I'm just gonna try and throw these in. Although it's gonna be a little hard considering I already folded one. And even with all of them folded, they would not fit in this box, so I sort of have to just shove these in. And that sounds bad when I say it, but if I can get this end in, but then like get the other end in as well, as long as I'm not bending any of like these ends here, we should be fine. This is a very awkward thing. I don't know if you guys can really see it. It's annoying me looking at the camera, seeing my posture right now, but I'm doing this so you guys can sort of see me. And I could sit like this, but then that's less. Anyway. Honestly, I'm not going to try and show all these in here. I'm just going to leave it like this and just lift it and close the edges as best as I can. Just like that, and leave those sticking out so I don't bend it too much. Because it's fine, this little box is small enough, it'll fit against the edge that can shut. If it doesn't pop open first. And then this is going to go on top of the... I forgot I already had a box in there, so actually this is going to go in. Then this littler box is going to go on top of it. Then, actually no, this is going to go on top of the other box with that box. I'm still cleaning this out as we go here. So this goes here. Does this even fit? Okay, it does fit. There we go. Not the greatest fit, but it does fit. And boom. That fits in there perfectly. Probably enough to actually close the lid wherever I put the lid, because I don't actually remember it. Just for all these are Raywu right here. All of these extra cords. I'm going to put them in this box. And that way I'll be able to tell the difference just by looking at one of the cords instead of having to look at each individual one next year when I'm putting them inside. Wait, are these the X-Connect? No, these are the Raywu. Okay. Yeah, those are the Raywu. So these are just going to go in here. I'm going to try and make this box better to close. These are pretty much still pretty well folded. Because they haven't been outside like the one that just folded have. So these can sort of fold better back into the way they came, and then I can just boom, 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 boom. Now the problem with this is I can get this in there. I just gotta be careful that I'm not squishing these cords, which I'm going to kind of be, but the connectors are still closed, so it should be fine. If one ends up breaking, I can buy a new one, or if one of the connectors somehow gets smushed, I can use pliers to get it. So this is going to go right here. I'm actually going to move these two boxes because this big one fits better probably on this side. It won't close all the way, but I'm not that worried about it. It's consolidated in that box. This projector, I'll figure out what to do with that later. So that already consolidated most of it. This I'm just gonna put next to this. I'm still gonna keep this stuff here. Is what I'm just consolidating it to these boxes so I can get to it easier, or I guess really clean it up better. And so I still have these pixels here. These are unplugged, right? Yeah. Okay, great. These are like I was using for testing, so I still have the extension cord actually plugged into the controller, even though they aren't going. So these I'll leave out. All this, actually, you guys can't see this in the frame, but there's a few extra like cords and stuff like this. We're just gonna go ahead and just I could also probably place the stakes over it and be fine since they're in a cardboard box anyway. But give me just a second. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place these stakes right on the top here. Yeah, and those shouldn't squish it down too much. This box is going to go right here. So there, we consolidated most of it now. These few zip things, these will get thrown away. This floodlight, I'll put this just... Oh, I can't put it down there without really squishing it, the cords. Yeah, I can. That's in there pretty well. Not the greatest, but it's decent. I'll take it. So that almost fits in there. Great. So that was actually way easier than I thought. Now I thought about it. So yeah, this video is probably going to be longer and boring, but still pretty short. I'd said my first video was going to be more entertaining, but I guess not really. But I just wanted something to post, try and get this channel a little bit active with some viewers or something. And just, you know, make sure I make a few videos. So the next one, I can't guarantee it'll be fun or a little bit boring. But hopefully these aren't really, I know, super entertaining videos, but they're good for me because I like to just edit and have some fun with stuff sometimes. So that's why I was like trying to mess around so I can do a time lapse or something. But hopefully I can. If not, well, I'll just have to make a bunch of cuts. But that's fine. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And I'll probably do something with my sequences. I'm going to try to. But currently, I've recorded this video the day after I recorded my first video, actually. So I think I can just, if I ask, I have access to my computer, like I said in the first video. But I'm not exactly quite sure yet. I'm also busy tonight because it's almost dinner time. And then I have some stuff I have to finish up for school. That way I can work on Nextlight stuff tomorrow. And then we should be good. And hopefully I can do some editing and Nextlight stuff. But see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a good day, and goodbye.